Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone out
Hello.
there. Hi, ladies. Welcome
Hello.
to Harmony in the Home. This is our next episode. We're so excited when you join us, when you listen to our stories, our methods on how to create harmony in your home. And today we have something very interesting. We're going to talk a little bit about how to diffuse a situation with your man. So, normally, what happens in the family system or in the household, when a man and a woman talk, and a man, of course, he's a man, he's strong, he wants to be right, and he wants to fix all of our problems, he wants to be the hero, and he maybe brings a situation and maybe he says it in a tough or rough way. And what happens to a woman? She either, gets upset or maybe tries to argue with him, right? Or punish him in some way, or say exactly like, no, no, no. And then an argument, of course, starts, and then nobody wins, and then there's disagreement, and then there's resentment, and then that's how families break up. So here we're going to share a few stories. I know, Aaliyah, you have like a really amazing story that you diffused the situation with your man, and can you share it with us?
Can you share it with us? When you ask me like that, can I say no? I could, but I don't want to. So this was after, so I got into this internally into this like very aggressive state of mind. So I thought like I need to get it out. And because he's my friend and my partner, so I figured that would help him out. So I come in and I'm like, oh, you gotta help me with this. Like I have this situation and I need your help. Like, when did this change and when did that, like, this is, and I'm frustrated inside. And within the first like 2 minutes, he's like, yeah, and how is this my fault? Huh? Like, why are you attacking me? And I'm like blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, oh, and all of a sudden I'm wrong. I'm like, how are you even in this conversation? Like, how is this conversation about you? Did you hear what I'm saying? And he's like, well, it sounds like you're yelling at me. I was like, I'm not yelling at you.
Exactly.
And he's like, but you're yelling. And I said, I'm just frustrated and I'm yelling into the thin air and I need to let it out. Like, I'm supposed to do this. Like in class, they told me I'm supposed to let it out. And it's like, well, it sounds like you're yelling at me. And I was like, well, like, why are you even taking it personally? I didn't say anything about you. It's like, and then I said, okay, you know what? Time out. Like, how about this? I go out and I come back in, and when I come back in, you're gonna know this is not about you. Like, none of it is about you. This is about me and finding what it is and letting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Support.
I know. It's like, yeah.
I just need your help. Like, are you gonna let me do it, or should I go to the yard and do it in the yard? And he's like, fine, come back and do it in the yard.
Now he's protector, right? He just want to support. Okay.
So I
And
go,
it's so great because you're talking exactly like a coach would talk. This is exactly how a coach would talk to their players. All right, go.
so like I leave and I come back and I'm like, and then I'm like letting it out, and then I stop. I'm like, how am I doing? And he's like, great. Okay. And then all of a sudden, like, I could feel I let it out, and I was like, I feel much better. Thank you for helping me. He's like, how did I even help you? I didn't say anything. You were just yelling over there. And I was like, but it helped me. Like, it's really, really helpful. So, and kind of diffuses everything. And then we're laughing. And I walked over and punched him on the shoulder, which is something I love doing. Right. And then the next day we were driving to a wedding. and we're having a conversation about it. And he said, you know, I wanted to appreciate you. This is like the third time that like we started kind of having a disagreement and you diffused it very quickly within like less than a minute. And I thought, I was like, I did? I did. I did. Thank you.
Yes.
Wow, yeah.
I did. And then before then, like in the car, I gave him an appreciation first. So he kind of picked it up. So I told him that I've noticed that lately he's having my back. But in situations where something is not right and he just stands by me, he's like, okay, like what do you think we should do? Or whatever that situation. So that's what happened.
I'm so curious, did he tell you specifically what worked? Like specifically how did you diffuse the situation?
Yes, he said because he said I started getting angry and I wanted to fight with you, but you were like, wait, no. I'm not gonna fight with you. You're like, wait, why are you
Like
taking
man talk.
Yeah, he's like, you're not getting in the fight. You're just like, wait, what? Like, I'm not even talking about you. Like, why are you taking this personally? Because he said in the beginning, I started taking it personally. And the funny thing is, this is what happens with people. People argue because somebody might be frustrated and all of a sudden you take it personally. But because you're already heated, they'll tell you like, why is it my fault? You're like, then you turn around because it is your fault. You know?
Yeah. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Right. And that's how most situations start. But because I was detached from, I was theatering it out. Like I knew I was theatering it out. I knew I was not actually angry, because when we're angry, we go into it and we become the anger. Right. So I was kind of like on the outside and like theatering it out because I needed to get it out of my system. And because I was detached from it from a third perspective, when he said, how's that my fault? I even looked at him. I was like, wait, what? Like, how is this conversation about you? Because the conversation was
That's
about
right.
me.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
what was it?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that's like obvious what works, because at the beginning he didn't know and he just like pick it up like personally, and it's normal for any person, right? Like because you are yelling and is nobody there, so why are you yelling at him? That's why he just took it. And then when you make it more clear, listen, I will go back, like time out. I will go back and do the same. And then he relaxed. He's like this is not his fault. Nothing will happen because nobody will punish him or something. It's just so interesting with men. That worked in your situation. And like, it just explains like, what about like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just yelling, like, yes, I am yelling, but not at you. Yeah, that's it.
That's
really
an incredible distinction right there.
Yes.
That you're yelling, but you're not yelling at him. And then he doesn't mind. He was like, oh, this is actually quite entertaining. All right. It's like a show. And like, even to say, oh, I'm going to put on a show for you because I'm quiet, I just want to yell. So please buy the ticket to my show, have a seat.
Yes.
And just enjoy.
Yes. And it's literally, that's what happened. And, but that's because I found out that I have to let out, whatever is inside, because when we hold it in, we start getting sick and it's not healthy for us. I saw my own hands, shadow of my hands, and I got scared. What is that? And then, so I warned him, and then we started doing that. A few days ago, I was in the kitchen and I said, all right, I need to let something out. And they said, all right, go. And I was like, what the heck is wrong with this kitchen mess, huh? Yeah. And my little one is running up. She's like, why are you arguing? And he said, no, we're not. We're just like role playing. And then he says, oh, why didn't you clean up? And we're exaggerating, but we're playing it, role playing it.
That's right. That's right. And this is what I was just going to add, that this is what we do in Sage University. This is the Sage role play, where we create high drama. So there's like melodrama, right? Where it's like, like for real, when you're blaming each other and that everything that's wrong in your life because somehow it's everybody else's fault. And then everybody, of course, takes it personal. And then what we do is we create the high drama where we act out the suffering and the pain, It's like, oh,
Oh, this kitchen mess.
yeah. And there's so many different ways to act it out. For everyone is different, right? So like for you in that moment, that was the kind of drama you wanted to play. Maybe somebody else would want to play it differently. I don't know, Guzal, what about you? Like how do you play
No,
it?
I just want to add, like, she really used and make a like combination of our tools, communication tools, like distinction, yielding, then just like telling and playfulness. Right?
Playfulness.
So, yes, playful. She used that all together, and then now you won your man again and again, and just see it's not the drama, it's just the happy and you have fun. And next time when you will do that, he will just, okay, is she playing, or is like he will be like he will take this more like he will be ready already for that because he already make it, and for you it's already as a example, like, oh, I can do this way and it worked. It's just like you remember that. And even when you said the kids, she just came, you're already teaching your kids, your daughter, how she can do it, because she is the little actress too. So she can pick up very fast. I mean, faster than you guys. Definitely. Yeah.
She played along with us. She's like, oh yeah, with
You
all
see?
the drama.
That's right. And
We're
it's
like,
like a show, exactly. And everybody applauds and everybody feels right and everybody feels included, and you don't have to pretend like everything is all right, like, oh yeah, everything is all right. Like fake
No fun.
it. Because then you, like you said earlier, like if you repress the what is it that you're repressing, like the feeling or the emotion, the frustration, right? You could just speak it out, but without the blaming, without making anybody wrong, not even the situation wrong. You just play it out, speak it out, and then it's released, and then you can continue create harmony in your home.
And if you have the coaching tools,
Yes.
not toolkit, but the performance scales, I would highly recommend using those in your house. My kids are using it like this. Actually, they're actually using it without knowing that they're using it.
I have them right here.
There you go.
Yeah. You got the psychological states, but then also there's the family systems, right? That we have. That's really, really great. There's partnership, which is for your partnerships, right?
Yeah.
And you have the different emotions, intimacy, innocence, friendship, togetherness. So you were like here and here and here, very feminine, Aliyah, what you were doing.
He said that too. He actually
said that?
Yes, he said that in the last 3 weeks that I came to Maryland to visit
you.
my family, he said that he felt like we were partners for the first time, and he felt like I was allowing him to be who he was. Like something shifted, right? Like, and I've been doing this for what, 3 years now, and all of a sudden it was just something else that shifted. And I think it's helping because the kids are also learning the performance skills. We're doing it for families, right? Like,
that's right. Yeah.
all for families.
I wanted to also show like the family system. It's systems, but it's family system, and you can see here where normally where family systems are. I can't read the words. Can you read what it says here?
Yeah.
The
So
structure.
structure is in the consequences, repression, familiarity, sympathy, pessimism, humiliation, and pretense.
Yeah, pretense.
So
Yeah,
that's
pretending you're nice, pretending that it doesn't bother you. Because if something bothers you and you're pretending it doesn't bother you, it's still up in the air.
And then what you see on these sides, you can see it says this is ego, and then this is feelings, right?
Yes, and most people go into the feelings and become those feelings. The truth is you can control your feelings. Like it's you and there's your feelings. And if you're able in that moment to separate yourself, but scientifically it's not easy to do because the back of your brain goes into that survival mode, right? And it wants to protect you.
Of course.
And how your feelings go up, and that the feelings actually protect you. That's what they serve for.
Yes.
You have specific feelings so that you know how to act. But when you realize that you're safe, right, and it's just a feeling that I'm feeling, and my daughter went into school and comes back and she says, "Mom, today I had an episode of social anxiety." I said, "You had what?" And I said, "You had what?" And she said, "Social anxiety." And I said, "What is social anxiety?" And she said, "Well, my hands were sweating, my body was shaking, I was surrounded by all these people." And I was like, "Okay, and how do you know this is social anxiety?" "I just know." I said, "So somebody told you?" She's like, "No, I just know." I said, "So did you Google it?" Like, I'm curious about this at this point.
Yeah.
And she said, you know what? Forget I asked." And I was like,
Wow. Where's the camera? Where's the filming?
yes. I was like, wow, this is great performance. Very great. Good job. So the only question I have for you is, how do you know this is what's called social anxiety? So would you like to see another view? And she said, yeah. Okay. So how about this? You are sitting there. Why don't you just become curious about what your body is going through instead of trying to put it into words? So what was your body going through? Well, it was shaking. Oh, great. Does your body often shake? No. Okay, so that's something exciting, something new. What else was happening? Oh, my hands were sweaty. Oh, wow, your hands were sweaty. How often does that happen? Like, if you all of a sudden take the attention off of the feeling and, oh my God, am I scared with all these people around me? And just become curious about your body, the anxiety will go away. The anxiety, I think, is zero. Right?
It's at zero, exactly. Yeah.
So it will go away and it will give space to see what's actually going on. So that was interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, when you go into, that is very interesting, because when you go into collaboration, which is in the communication patterns, so you have the what is this, dialogue, right?
Yeah.
And so the dialogue is she's speaking, right? But then you go into the paradox and confusion. So she's confused why you keep asking her, how's this done? Right? And then you go into collaboration, which is conversation, and then honesty, like, oh, your hands are sweaty. She's telling you what was actually happening. And then you lift yourself from the work and the what's it say, sad and work, like really, really hard. Oh my God, baby, you had an episode. Oh my God, what? Oh my God. And like the moms, right? What happened? Who hurt you? Are you okay? Oh, you know. Well, the normal mom response, not, yeah. But what we're doing here, which is in these performance classes, you go into glad and play. Nothing's wrong. You're just curious. Like, I'm so curious. Like, what's going on? We'll let people act their thing out. They do the high drama role play. So there is a way for us to get those feelings out without putting it on our partners, putting it on our friends, our coworkers, our families. There's a way to express yourself and still have fun with it, and then keep the connection within your family. So anything else before we say goodbye?
I think you want to share also some story, or it will be longer. We don't have enough time.
I
You
think
said you have some.
for the next time.
I
because
think
next
so
time-
too. Yeah. I think this is like a lot already.
Yeah, there's a lot. So yes, that's what I say. Okay, we
Yeah.
can share the next
For
time.
those of you who speak Russian, maybe we'll share it in the Russian Harmony in the Home, which is Gazal's show, and we'll be there shortly. So, but otherwise, thank you so much, Aliyah and Gazal. Aliyah, thank you for sharing
Yeah, it was great.
your triumphs and your successes. Yeah, we'll see everybody next time. Bye bye.